One of the most famous studies are involving coffee mugs. In 1990, Richard Thaler, along with Daniel Kahneman and Jack Natch, published experimental research that illustrated the power of the endowment effect. For the study, college students were randomly assigned to one of three conditions: seller, buyer, or chooser. Sellers were given a university mug and asked if they would sell it for between $0 and $9.25. Buyers were asked if they would purchase the mug for a price in that range. Choosers were given the option at each price to choose between the mug and the same amount of cash. Results showed that sellers who already owned the mugs placed a significantly higher value on the mugs than the other two groups did. Specifically, sellers required a median sum of $7.12 to give up the mug, while choosers said the mugs were worth a median of $3.12, and buyers were willing to pay a median of $2.87. Another example of how the endowment effect affecting people's decision in marketing comes from the real estate market. During a downturn yielded in Boston, the author of the study compared the behavior of owners of similar units who had bought their condo apartment at different prices. For a rational agent, the buying price is irrelevant history. The current market value is all that matters. Not so for humans in a down market for housing. Owners who have a high reference point and thus face higher losses set a higher price on their dwelling, spend a longer time trying to sell their home, and eventually receive more money. The question is, what exactly causes the endowment effect? The recent research shows that ownership of an item creates a link between that item and our identity. In 2012, Sarah Lauren Dahmer and Vanessa Swaminathan had undergraduates role-play a transaction around a ballpoint pen. Specifically, sellers were given pens and asked whether they would prefer to keep the pen or exchange it for a cash amount between 25 cents and $10. Buyers saw the pen and decided whether to take the pen or a cash sum in that range. Before the role-play, experimenters asked some students to image a past relationship in which they felt unloved and write about their thoughts and feelings. Others wrote about an average day. Results indicated that sellers who thought about rejection placed a higher value on the pen than students who'd written about an average day. But self-threat did not have the same effect on buying prices. The researchers wrote, after a social self-threat, individuals likely have strong perception self-links because perceptions can enhance the self and help individuals cope with the threat. In other words, we may have a hard time separating from things once we feel like they're part of us. Whether you are involved in a transaction for a mug, a dwelling, or a pen, it helps to be aware of the endowment effect and its influence on our behavior. Nowadays, endowment effect has become an important topic not only among behavioral economists but also among psychologists, because this theory clearly explains why human behavior derives from standard economic theory. As it turns out, our decisions and behavior aren't always rational, but are instead heavily influenced by emotions and cognitive blind spots. If we can take a step back and realize why an item is so meaningful, we may have an easier time negotiating a favorable outcome. Now I will turn to Miguel Viviado to explain what influences this effect and provide real-life examples.